It's 11:03 p.m. The red neon sign outside Yonly bleeds into the rain. From the street, the club looks expensive, untouchable, almost beautiful. But you know better. You are behind the kitchen, slicing lemons for people who will never learn your name. The bass from the dance floor shakes the walls. Your knife hits the board again and again. Your fingers are pale from hours in ice water. Tiny bandages cover your knuckles. Lemon juice keeps finding the cuts, stinging just enough to remind you that you are still alive. You have worked here for 3 months. 3 months of cleaning broken glass, spilled vodka, and rich people's problems. You tell yourself it is temporary. You just need enough money for tuition. Or at least enough to escape the basement apartment where the walls sweat at night and the cockroaches feel like roommates. Yonly always smells like perfume, spilled alcohol, and something rotten underneath. Out front, they call it luxury. Back here, it smells like desperation covered in money. Then you hear a commotion from the front. Usually, that means a drunk rich kid started trouble, or security is arguing with someone who thinks followers count as status. You put the knife down and wipe your hands on your apron. That is your job here. Stay invisible, move fast, and clean up the chaos other people leave behind. But when you push open the heavy soundproof door, the first thing you notice is silence. The kind of silence that should never exist inside a nightclub. Then you see Victor, the owner. He stands by the second-floor VIP railing, holding a glass of whiskey he has not touched. That scares you first. Victor always drinks when he owns the room. Tonight, he is not drinking. His face is not angry, not excited, just calm. Calm like he has already accepted something terrible before anyone else even knows it is coming. 3 men stand beside him in dark tailored suits. They do not look like customers. Customers laugh, customers lean. These men stand too straight, and their eyes move like they are measuring exits. Your first instinct is to step back, return to the lemons, and pretend you saw nothing. But your feet refuse to move. Something in the air holds you there. Victor asks, "Has it been confirmed?" His voice is quiet, but the hallway has gone so still that every word cuts through the air. One suited man answers, "Confirmed. Detonation is set for 3 a.m. The main line is connected to the gas pipes and the underground power substation. Once the first blast hits, downtown goes dark in 4 seconds. No rescue. No communication. Your brain rejects it for 1 second. Then it understands. They are going to blow up the city. Your heart slams against your ribs. It sounds unreal, like something from a bad action movie. But Victor nods, like they are discussing a delivery schedule. That is when the panic becomes real. "Good," Victor says. "I want total chaos. Only on top of ruins can a new order be built. Fear is the best catalyst." He says it calmly, like he has said it to himself many times before. You look at the digital clock, 11:07 p.m. There are 1 hour and 53 minutes until 3 o'clock. 1 hour and 53 minutes until downtown becomes a graveyard. Your first thought is simple. Run. Get out the back door. Take your motorcycle. Call 911 from somewhere far away and never come back. But your hand stops because you remember what happened last week. A waiter got caught stealing tips. Victor called him into his office. 5 minutes later, the man walked out pale and quit on the spot. The next morning, people whispered about his daughter's backpack. Someone had put a dead rat inside with a note, "We know where you live." Victor is not just a nightclub owner. He is the kind of man judges owe favors to and cops smile for. The police chief was here last week, drinking champagne at his table. If you call the police, the call may reach Victor before he reaches help. And if you try to run, you probably do not make it out alive. The building's already locked down. Then, one of the suited men turns. His eyes sweep the hallway and stop on you for half a second. In that moment, you feel like an insect pinned under glass. "Clear the hallway," the man says. "I don't want unnecessary personnel near final calibration." The head of security nods and starts walking straight toward you. You force your hand away from your phone, pull out a rag, and start wiping the railing like you belong there, like you are nothing, like you are invisible. The security chief stops in front of you. "You," he says, "go clean the VIP room. Mr. Victor has a meeting." You understand immediately. It is an opportunity. It is also a trap. You nod and push the cleaning cart inside. Your heartbeat is pounding in your ears, but your hands stay steady. That is the one useful skill this place has taught you: how to move while afraid. The room smells like cigars, leather, and power. A laptop sits open on the table, still glowing but locked. Half-empty glasses are everywhere. You bend to pick up a bottle and see something black under the table. It is an access card, black plastic. City Energy Authority seal. On the back, written in red ink, B14, sub-level 3. Your mouth goes dry. That has to be where the device is. You slide the card into your sock just before the guard tells you to move. You leave the VIP room with the card pressed against your ankle. 10 minutes ago, you were just the guy cutting lemons in the kitchen. Now, you are holding the only key you have seen to the place where a city might die. Back in the kitchen, the lemons are still on the cutting board. They look different now. Small, yellow, bright, like tiny bombs waiting for the knife. You look at the clock. The time is moving too fast. You have to reach sub-level 3 before 3 a.m. You have to find the device, stop it, destroy it, something. But how? The front entrance is locked down. The main elevators need authorization. And even if you get down there, you do not know how to disarm a bomb. You can barely fix the flickering light over the sink. Fear rises again, but this time, you do not let it freeze you. You start thinking. You need help, but no one here can be trusted. You need a weapon. Or leverage. Anything. Your eyes move across the kitchen. Fire extinguisher. Gas cylinders. Sprinkler controls. Knife rack. You pull the longest boning knife from the rack and hide it under your apron. It is not a gun, but up close, a sharp blade can change a conversation. Your eyes move across the kitchen. Fire extinguisher, gas cylinders, sprinkler controls, knife rack. You pull the longest boning knife from the rack and hide it under your apron. It is not a gun, but up close, a sharp blade can change a conversation. You head for the freight elevator. It is the only route to the lower levels that employees are allowed to use. Most nights, nobody watches it because nobody important ever goes near it. Tonight, you are counting on that. You press the button. Then a voice comes from behind you. "Hey, where are you going?" You turn and see Jack, the new security guard, holding a radio with one hand and resting the other near his stun baton. You put on the tired, obedient smile you have spent 3 months perfecting. "Mr. Victor told me to get backup ice from downstairs," you say. "He said the ice tonight isn't cold enough." Jack frowns. "I didn't hear anything about that." You take one step closer. "Yeah, I thought it was weird too, but he was yelling in the VIP room. You want to go ask him why the ice isn't cold enough?" That is the gamble. Not that Jack believes you. He probably does not. You are betting he is more afraid of Victor than he is suspicious of you. After a long second, Jack steps aside. Make it quick. The elevator doors close. For the first time since you heard Victor's voice, you are alone. The elevator drops. You pull out the knife. In the dull metal reflection, you do not look like a hero. You look terrified. The elevator stops. The doors slide open. Cold air rolls in, metallic and sharp. Ahead is the B3 corridor. Gray walls, dim lights, and a heavy steel door beneath a blinking red warning light. You move deeper into the B3 corridor. Every step sounds too loud. The air is colder down here, sharp with metal and wet concrete. At the end of the hall, a heavy steel door waits beneath a blinking red warning light. You swipe the stolen card. For one terrible second, nothing happens. Then the scanner turns green. The lock clicks. The door begins to open. You tighten your grip around the knife, expecting wires, transformers, gas lines, anything that looks like a bomb. But there is no substation inside. No transformers, no gas pipes, no humming cables. Only white tile walls, stainless steel tables, and rows of silver tanks rising into the ceiling vents. Your stomach drops. This is not a power room. This is a laboratory. You step closer. Your flashlight shakes in your hand. The first metal label comes into focus. Sample A7, neurotoxin derivatives. Your breath catches. Then you see the second label. Sample B2, aerosol carrier. Victor lied. This was never about an explosion. It was something worse.